Welcome to the podcast. This is today's Pray podcast with Poppy and Jake.
And
here's the song we just created for everybody. Oh. 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 Howl at the moon. I like to groove. I like to move. I like to groove. I am a wolf. I am a wolf. I am a wolf. I like to move. Howl at the moon. Howl at the moon. Howl at the moon. Howl at the moon. Lunar fumes. Ow. Howl at the moon. Lunar fumes. Ow. Ow. Howl at the moon. Lunar fumes. I am a wolf. Eyes at the moon. Look up at the stars. I start to consume anything I want. Look up at the sky. Oh, you know what I want? Say bye-bye to a possum, to a rat, or to a bat. I don't give a fuck. I will rip apart a fucking cat. I am a wolf. Ow. 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 I am a wolf. I like to groove. I like to move. I am a wolf. I consume all the moon. Howl at the moon. Lunar fumes. I am a dude. Oh. I am a wolf. Ow. I like to groove. Oh. I like to move. Ow. Look up at the moon. Oh. It's so smooth. Ow. Full of craters. Lunar fumes. Ow. 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 Howl at the moon. Lunar fumes. Howl at the moon. Lunar fumes. Howl at the moon. Lunar fumes. And we're glad you liked it.
howl at the moon, lunar fumes.
Man,
Oh my
we
god.
killed it.
The funny part about doing that was at the end, somehow we said the exact same thing on the beat. Like there was really no consistency, and we still said the exact same thing. Howl at the moon, lunar fumes.
I think we were finally synced up.
Oh yeah, menstrual.
Well, it's menstrual, but it's
when,
also
when two guys look at the same moon, they sync up.
I think because our businesses work beside each other, we're synced up. Like we're along the same cycle as the moon right now. Mm-hmm. Tonight's got to be a full moon.
It's either a full moon or a waning gibbous.
Yeah, you're probably right. It's probably a waning gibbous. I knew it was a waning gibbous, but I always get full moon and waning gibbous confused because
I thought you were a Pisces.
I mean
You're waning gibbous? I thought you were a Pisces.
basically the waning gibbous and the full moon are essentially the same thing, just missing a sliver.
Just missing a level.
Still a lot of cheese though.
Oh, yeah.
You know the moon's made of cheese, right?
I don't care how big the moon is one night. If you can see the moon, it's too much cheese for you to eat.
Yeah.
You know what? I dare anybody to try to eat all of the moon.
Nobody could do that. Not one person. I wish the moon had Earth gravity, though, because it would be interesting to see how long it takes to run around the moon.
Yeah. I think what would be fun is maybe everyone do a square dance that's on the moon. I think that'd be good.
That wouldn't be very square.
It's hip to be a square.
No, I think it would be rectangular. I feel it in my bones. I am rectangular.
Uh-huh. Nope.
Oh,
come on.
So I want to tell you a story that I heard today.
Okay.
I want to tell you that it is not just based on a true story, like movies that aren't actually based on a true story and they say they are. This is a true story that happened just maybe 2 weeks ago, and since the place has closed that I'm telling the story about. So there's a place in town called Tap House.
Yeah, I forgot about Tap House.
So
Side note, me and you went to Tap House when we lived together once, and I remember we went there. We had a couple drinks. Did we get food? I think we just went there to have beers.
They didn't. We wanted to have food, but they didn't. They said we're not serving food now.
Yeah, I think we got beers, had a couple shots, and then the event with Tap House was the first night in my whole life that I went home and discovered that you shouldn't start smoking weed after you're a little fucked up. Because I think we smoked our weed pen, and I got really I like to use the word fucked up because it's not the fact that I drank so much and then smoked weed. It was just like I was kind of drunk, and then I smoked a little bit of weed and felt like the devil had just raged hell in my body, and I was all fucked up. I had to go upstairs and die for a little while. Anyways,
I'm sorry that happened. I didn't realize the devil showed up in your body.
he fucked it all up, dude. Anyways, go on with the fantasy.
So this is a true story.
Oh, okay. Sorry for calling it a fantasy. Go on with the fable.
I guess that's true.
Go on with the legend.
Yes. So I guess within the past 2 weeks, the main manager there that doesn't own it, but the main manager that works there was like, hey, everyone that works here, we're gonna like all drink together here. So like everyone swing over and I'll bartend for you guys and we'll all party in here. So everyone that works there shows up and is like having like a work party, right? Like maybe, I don't know if it might have been a Christmas party type thing. And so he's bartending for them, and they're all having a nice time and just hanging out. And it's like, there's like a bunch of like young girls that work there and a couple guys there, and they're all just having a powwow at Tap House. Well, all of a sudden, they look around and they say, hey, what the heck? Our manager is supposed to be bartending for us, and he's not here. So they kind of just like forget about it for a little while. And then it's like an hour later, like, where did he go?
Yeah.
So a guy goes and starts looking for him, and he opens up the freezer, and there's the manager, and like with crazy eyes turns towards him, and he was jerking it in the freezer.
Whoa.
He was cranking it out. He was trying to blow a load. He was trying to masturbate.
What?
In the freezer.
What?
And the guy goes, the guy like is stunned that he's doing this, and the guy looks at him with crazy eyes. The manager looks at him with crazy eyes with his hand on his dick. He goes, the government called. I've been activated.
Whoa. The government called.
And now I've been activated.
Oh my gosh. Was that code for coming? I'm going to come?
But apparently that was his excuse for masturbating in the freezer, was that he was some sort of cyborg or something for the government, and someone must have said this special word, or the government had called him,
probably
said the special
orange
word,
juice.
the special word,
Orange juice.
probably.
It always is that.
It's always orange juice or blackberry. And
Uh-oh.
you say orange juice? The government called. I've been activated. But yeah, he literally said that. And then everyone kind of just like, it was a guy that found him. Was like, I'm going to leave now.
I think
and
we're
then,
done partying.
And so
Well,
since
when the government activates a cyborg around you, it's not really a time to party.
right.
Some shit's going on.
Yeah, we should probably go home. Maybe lock our doors.
Who told you this? What's your source? Don't tell me the name, but
It is a person who is dating like one of the people that worked there.
oh, whoa.
So she was there at the party when it was happening, and he was, not there. But he told, because I asked today, I said, "Hey, anything cool happened recently? Anything crazy happened?" He goes, "No." I'm like, "Anything crazy happened?" No. I'm like, just keep asking him in different ways, like what's happening in
it's
his
like,
life.
Really,
I always ask him.
nothing at all.
And then another person walks out, and he's the only customer in the room. And he goes, "Now I want to tell you." He's like, "I didn't know that guy, but now I want to tell you what actually crazy has happened." And it was awesome.
That is crazy.
That was when
That's
he
fun.
said that.
I love stories like that.
He said he looked like he was like a psycho killer with his eyes wide open, and he's just holding his dick
Dang.
and cranking it in the freezer.
I mean, what kind of mission does the government want you to complete with a hard dick
Yeah.
in a masturbating motion?
Well, I guess this is a middle-aged man. That's
Okay.
a little weird already. And so
That's so crazy.
anyone that goes and masturbates in the freezer during a party that you are hosting, he's comfortable in there.
Oh, yeah, he's comfortable.
He's
and
been
cold.
doing that.
Yeah, he's definitely used to cranking his hog in sub-zero temperatures.
And apparently he had like multiple reasons why he was in there. And like he like was making excuses, and that's not what he was doing. He said that he was looking for the frozen shrimp.
He found it.
I said, "Oh, he found the frozen shrimp. I've been activated." Welcome to Tap House.
Dang, dude.
But since then, there were like a bunch of the girls quit. Like
That's weird. That's
a bunch
I
of girls
wonder why.
quit because he wasn't fired right away. He just like wasn't fired, and nothing was happened.
Yeah.
And then come to find out, he was actually just shutting stuff. He was just shutting it. He was just going to shut it down.
So that manager was going to shut it down? Or?
No, the owner of the place was going to shut it down anyways. So I don't think he really cared what was going on. He's like,
Obviously, if he hires a manager that is also a cyborg, the guy isn't very thorough.
right. And also, it's like we were trying to figure out like what were some other excuses. Josh said today, like one of the excuses, like that he was making the secret sauce in the freezer, and he had just forgotten to like make the secret sauce before the party. So he was back there trying to make the secret sauce for an hour. And it's like, then like whenever he like got caught making the secret sauce with his wiener in the freezer, he was like, "What do I say? Because I'm caught making the secret sauce. No one's supposed to know what the actual secret sauce is." So he's just like, the government called. I've been activated." And he was lying, trying to cover the person that owns Tap House, their ass, because those two were the only people that knew that he was the creator of the secret sauce.
The thing is about this story is that it freaks me out because I would be a victim in this story, in a sense of, hey, you know what? I'm in college. I'm working at this bar. I'm a waitress or a waiter here. And there's a weird guy who runs the place, and I don't know why he's the manager. He's just kind of odd, but I'll give him I've been working here for 6 months. He says, "Hey, we're gonna have a shop party. I'm a team player." The guy's kind of weird, but yeah, we'll all hang out.
Mm-hmm.
I would show up to that party, and then the guy would go in the freezer and start jacking off, and I would be the guy who's like, "Man, fuck, he got me.
Yep.
The weirdo got me."
Yep.
You gotta trust your instinct with
You got
weirdos.
shrimp dicked. You got frozen shrimp dicked.
Frozen shrimp dicked by the government again.
But we were talking about that today, and we were like, I asked the guys in here. I said, if I see something crazy like that at work, do you want me to like call you over? Be like, hey, check this out, because I feel like that would have been the best. It would have been the worst. It would not have been nice to the other people
Right.
that were there. But the number one thing that you should have done is be like, hey guys, look, our manager's jacking off in the freezer.
A lot less people would jack off in the freezer if people would call him
But
out like
his
that.
like pants. Oh, I forgot the other part is that like his legit his pants were around his ankles.
Who checks off like that?
I guess if you just don't want to get any on your pants, but
I guess if you're in the freezer, it's not really time.
I don't
to
have enough.
get
I don't have
cozy in
enough.
bed.
Honestly, I don't have that X factor where I just don't have that X factor where I can push a load past my pants around my ankles. It might go farther, but there's still going to be some that gets on me.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's
It's like, oh man, it's so slippery in here, but it's also a little sticky.
for me. I don't think I could do it if I had some kind of constriction around my ankles.
Well, also
like pants.
Yeah, I don't think I could do it.
I have to get into a very wide split.
I don't think I could do it in a freezer because, I mean, I understand like maybe making your hand numb, sitting on your hand for a while, so maybe it feels like a stranger.
Yeah.
But I think that's just next level.
I couldn't do it.
You couldn't feel either end.
I couldn't do it because in the freezer is too much metal.
It's
in
one
there.
thing not being able to feel whose hand it is. It's another thing where you can't feel whose hand or dick it is.
Yeah. Honestly, that guy's pretty impressive. His ability to keep an erection and make his body work in sub-zero temperatures like that. Plus
Yeah.
all that metal around.
Maybe he's actually like a really good athlete. You know how like there's like people that will like get blood transfusions and they have like more like they can carry more oxygen in their blood and stuff like that. Maybe he was like a donator for that. Maybe he's the reason like Lance Armstrong got his medals taken away from the Tour de France. I don't know.
Obviously, the guy is loyal to his government because he was activated and he started doing what they wanted him to.
Right.
The next thing that's completely obvious is that this guy knows the Wim Hof method and can breathe and function in sub-zero temperatures.
Yep.
I understand why he was the manager of a restaurant called the Tap House.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's basically a super guy.
Yeah, he was tapped in into himself.
Too much.
And now it's true. And he was tapped into himself.
You know, maybe his abilities weren't, he could have a higher job somewhere else where he's appreciated. But man, I mean, crazy stuff happens, but you never get any kind of crazy events like that happening. And sometimes I wish it would, you know. I want to see a guy jacking off in a freezer.
But he was gone for an hour. So he was working on a stranger, he was giving himself the double stranger in the freezer for an hour. No wonder he didn't get off. I mean, he was in the freezer.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I'm glad. When's
the last time you were walking in the snow and thought, I could probably do one right now?
Never. It's too cold.
Honestly,
I thought about it. I mean, who hasn't thought about
I
it?
think there's just more survival involved.
Yeah, but it's more like I thought about this because I've thought about every situation like that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like it's not really comfortable or not really feasible ever. So,
well, the last time I thought about that, honestly, I've never done it, I've never thought about it in a freezer, but I have thought about it outside when I made a snow lady once. Gave her extremely nice bosoms.
Gazungas?
Yeah. Also known as bazooka babies.
Nice. I like bazooka babies.
Yep, and I gave her a real nice ice cake.
Oh, what does that mean?
Buns. I gave her butt cheeks.
People call those ice cake?
It's an ice cake.
Ice cake.
Yeah.
I can honestly say I've never
Maybe
heard.
snow cake?
Yeah, I guess ice cake works.
I mean, I guess you can just say snow butt.
Yeah, snow butt. I knew exactly what you're talking about then.
Yeah. I guess I was just trying to be cool.
I mean, you were so cool I didn't know what kind of lingo you were using.
That's how I feel in rap songs sometimes.
What's a rap lyric that's got you confused?
Why yo, oh why yo, happy yo. Come on now. Hey ya. What is hey ya? What do they talk
Something
about?
Outcast does. I think it has to do with Mrs. Jackson's sex drive, I'm assuming.
Miss Jackson?
I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. Ooh, I am for real. It's also Outcast.
Yeah, I know.
I just feel like they're all the same. You know, they're all talking about Miss Jackson somehow.
I don't know Miss Jackson.
I don't either.
But I'm sure she's a nice lady. Probably promiscuous.
Yeah. Most promiscuous ladies aren't nice, though, unfortunately.
You don't think? Like, just nice in commonality, or do you think they're always up to something?
They're up to something. They
Yeah,
might
no
be
matter
nice. They ain't nice, though.
Yeah, they might tip, but they ain't nice.
They ain't nice.
It's always they want you to know that they tip.
Yeah. Not good.
Yeah, I'm not into that. I like people just being nice just to be nice, not to be known to be nice.
Right. Speaking of being nice, do you always bring your shopping cart back?
Yeah,
I knew you did.
yeah, yeah.
I knew you did. Oh, God.
You don't?
No, I always do. I just wanted to be sinister like that for you to question me.
Oh,
No, I always do. I'm not a fucking asshole.
yeah. I feel that way. I also feel that way if I have done this.
Okay. Hit
And
me
I
up.
am an asshole sometimes. Sometimes I'm kind of in a hurry and I'm like, okay, so maybe I'm not in a hurry, but like I'm shopping for something and I'm kind of going back and forth on which item I want to buy, and they're in different parts of the store, and they're normally similar items. They're like, it's like, do I want this thing or do I want this thing? Kind of for the same use. And I'll go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And then eventually I have both of them. And I go, I'm getting this one. And I just kind of put the one
Oh, yeah, I do
anywhere.
that too. I don't think the internet has caught on to calling those people assholes yet. So do it while you can, because maybe 2 or 3 years from now, people are going to be like, they're going to blow that. That's going to be a meme, and yeah.
Yeah. So what I've thought of is, I'm kind of just, I don't think I am, but I kind of just hope that I'm putting that item in a cheaper spot. That way a middle-aged lady sees that the price tag underneath of that item is lower, and maybe they'll like be able to argue their way into having a deal, and she needed that.
Yeah.
So in a way, but I'm pretty sure I picked the one for a reason, probably because it was either cheaper or better. So if I chose the cheaper one, yeah, or the better one, if I chose the better one and then put the cheaper one where the higher, I actually made them pay more for it.
Yeah.
Luckily, the barcode doesn't. Luckily, it has its own barcode.
You might have to start thinking of a better situation to put your other items in the wrong areas better.
Maybe I'll just put them straight down on the floor in the middle of the aisle.
That'd
that
be
way,
better.
no one gets confused.
Throw them in the trash can.
Yeah,
Or get all the way up to the cash register.
I don't want this.
Just place it up on the top, like blatantly out of the way. And one of the workers will go, oh, okay. Well, they didn't want that. Let's put it back. Darn fucker.
Yeah, I'll be like in Bass Pro Shops, and I'll just grab random items, and then I'll be like walking up to the checkout, and I'll see where all the gum is, and I just like put all the items I don't want on the gum. I just want.
They got a lot of gum too, so it'll blend in fine.
I'll put it maybe next with the Black Rifle coffee. Like,
They got plenty of that too.
yeah, here's this game camera, a turkey decoy, and a buck knife, and I'll put it all next to this, and everyone will be confused why it's there.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll think it's some sort of Black Rifle bundle.
Oh, that would actually be good.
Yeah.
Trick them. I think that would be fun. That would be a little lighthearted prank.
Yeah.
Hey, I got to tell you something.
Yeah.
Are you going to go to the gym in the morning?
That wasn't telling me something.
Well,
But yes.
Okay. I'm going to go because I have that appointment with Nick every Thursday at 9.
Aren't you something?
But I have to leave early.
For what?
I have a DMV appointment because I'm 30 now.
Oh,
I have to
yeah.
go get a new driver's license.
You can do it online.
I know, but my old driver's license picture doesn't have my neck tattoo in it, and I kind of want to have that in it for whenever I travel.
That's nice.
They're not going to be like, oh, this isn't you.
Your neck birthmark isn't in this. This isn't you.
Yeah.
You should tell people that.
It's a birthmark.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What is that supposed to be? What, you mean my birthmark?
I was born with this.
Yeah.
That would be fun to experiment next time somebody asks me about it. See if I can get away with it.
Or you could say bullets.
Looks like bullets.
Yeah. Man, I've done a lot of psychology work with armed forces people, and all of their tattoos when they did bullets, it looked like that.
That is so
It
funny.
looked like geometrical neck tattoos.
bullets.
Yep.
What do you think? What do you think of these?
Man. What is that?
It's Godzilla.
Oh shit! I can't really. Oh, I see it now. Ooh, nice.
Godzilla socks. They're also cup of noodle socks. Crisscross.
Crisscross, cup of noodle sauce. Nice, nice. I didn't get to play the Godzilla game on your birthday.
What's
because
the Godzilla game?
Where they were putting the headset on, they were putting the eyes
Oh.
on and doing that. I'm not putting those eyes on me, buddy.
So dirty.
I got pink eye one time for like 3 months. I'm not putting none of that shit on my eyes.
So gross, dude.
I mean, when I pet my cat, my eyes get itchy. So it's like, I'm sensitive. I'm a sensitive guy. I can't be putting stuff on my eyes. I won't wear your glasses. Nope.
You do have sensitive eyes.
Mm-hmm.
You have ocean eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Ocean sensitive.
Some people say that my eyes kind of remind them of Ocean Galaxy Crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You can say that again, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good song. I really liked our song that we did today.
Mm-hmm. What was it about again?
Wolves.
Oh, wolves. Oh. Oh, that's so funny.
Howl at the moon. Lunar fumes.
What is a lunar fume, you think? Just the intoxication of the moon when you see it?
Whenever it's a full moon, it definitely juts out.
Well, that's why they howl at it, is because it's like it's intoxicating. I think
It is. It's very
Mhm.
intoxicating.
I think it's also like, it's also kind of talking about like the prowl of a night wolf, possibly finding a mate, and he's using the moon to find his mate as well in a way.
Oh yeah.
It's like lunar fumes is some freaking lady wolf menstruating, and he's like, oh, I'm ready to freaking breed. Can you imagine if that's what wolves sounded like?
Roar.
Ooh, lunar fumes. Roar.
Dude, do you have
Out of
any?
the moon. Lunar fumes.
Do you have any more announcements for the podcast?
No, I honestly, that my whole goal for this session was to tell you about that story.
And it's the best because it's the title of our podcast, and it's literally, you basically saved that story for a locked and loaded, cut and dry Jake and Poppy podcast.
Mm-hmm.
This is today's prey. That's how you do it.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to party.
I think it was a great story. I wish I could follow it up with something as good, but that doesn't happen on my life.
Make it up real quick. Make
okay.
some up.
Before we close the podcast, I want to tell you this story.
Yeah. Just make it up.
I tattooed this guy the other day, and he went into
What was his name?
Jeffrey.
Cool.
Jeffrey went into the bank. He said, I'm just going to deposit this $200 that I got for Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
The bank teller said, okay, I'm going to need to see some ID to get your, to look up your bank information. Jeffrey gives him the ID.
Mm-hmm.
The guy literally takes his ID and the $200 and walks in the back, and he's like, okay, this is weird. And then he sees the guy put his coat on, and he walks out the front door.
What?
And he's like, what the whoa, whoa, whoa. Does that guy have my ID? And they're like, no, I don't think so. And the guy leaves, and Jeffrey's standing there, like, waiting, like, what the fuck? They're like, can I help you? And they're like, yeah, that guy just took my ID. And they're like, oh, we just fired him. They're like, what? He just took my ID and my $200. And they're like, well, he just went to Saberton Station. You can probably find him there. So Jeffrey drives over to Saberton Station to risk hopefully finding his ID and $200. Mm-hmm. The guy's there. He's got Nerf guns. He's shooting the waitresses. They don't have security, so they're just taking it.
Yeah.
So Jeffrey goes in there, rips one of the Nerf guns out of the guy's hand, basically acts like security, reaches in, pats him down, feels all his pockets, finds his own ID, finds the $200, finds an extra $400, takes that from him too, sees that he has a North Face coat on, takes that from him, and then he sees that he's wearing new Jordan Nike Blazers.
Yeah.
And says, I want those too. Takes those from the guy.
All while holding him at Nerf point.
No, the guy, he threw the Nerf guns on the ground. He's just like being like security for these.
But he's at fist point.
Fist point. And he sees the guy's wearing a snake skin belt. Takes it from him. Mm-hmm. The guy's pants fall to his ankles.
Was the snake dead?
It was just leather.
Oh, okay.
Guy's pants fall to his ankles. The guy's got a little dick. So Jeffrey's pointing at his dick and laughing. Ha ha ha, you got a little dick. Takes all his stuff and he walks out the door with all the guy's stuff. And I'm just like, that's crazy, dude. Like he almost didn't get his ID back.
Right.
Like he went from going to deposit $200 of Christmas cash to saving Saberton Station from a threat. Like that kind of shit doesn't happen all the time. I just been waiting to tell you about that story. Oh, and I think that guy cried too.
When
he pointed at his dick, it was like laughing at it. So yeah, that's the one I can make up. But give us a follow on Instagram, Today's Pray. Give us a follow on TikTok, Today's Pray Podcast, and we'll see everybody next week.
Ha ha ha, you have a little dick. Can't believe you stole your $200 and your ID. I can't believe you got your ID back. Jeffrey.
What a hero.